Hey, alright, looks like we're live. I have a game already started that I'm a ways into. Twitch / my streaming software is being a little weird and giving me a message I'm not used to seeing. Now I'm just putting out some stream announcements. Alright. So the game is interesting. We got dwellings in round one into towns, big buildings, trading posts, dwellings. The end game is pretty nice for points. Trading posts into dwellings is a very natural progression for round 5 into round 6. We have both the trading post and the dwelling pass tiles, so there can be quite a few points there. We're missing big building scoring, we're missing ship scoring, and we're missing what else are we missing? Why am I not thinking of it? I'm missing something else. Clearly I'm not very sharp right now. 6 coins. Duh. We're missing 6 coins. The cult rewards, we got some stacked fire stuff and some other things. So the game's a little coin tight. Because there's no cult coins and there's no 6 coin tile. There is a lot of cult spades and some good tracks. There's a lot of workers. I had to pick second, and I just threw witches in. I like witches, and there's not a ton here that I loved, and so I wasn't really sure what to do. Fakirs were first pick, which I don't really think this is a great Fakirs game, but they have some play. And then we see Darklings now. Darklings are pretty good. Often as Darklings, I like to go for a round 2 Sanctuary, but this game you probably wait for your Sanctuary until 3. Everything else looks pretty good for Darklings. Even opening Fire 1 here looks pretty good. You can open Fire 1 and maybe send that first Priest of Fire and get some good culting economy. So we'll see. It would seem that we are playing with some decent players, and on top of that, it would seem that they are players that know that I stream, and beyond that, actually know some of my preferences, because now they're joking about it, so that's good fun. We get engineers. So engineers here with witches is a little annoying, but it's not awful. Fakirs probably start here, here. Engineers likely start here. Witches, Darklings. Maybe witches you start over here and here. Originally I wanted to go temp shipping witches, but that's less exciting now. I mean, temp shipping witches starting here and here I guess is still pretty viable, but it's more annoying now that engineers have shown up and cut off this, because otherwise I would have gone for like a kind of full dwelling rush. Instead, you probably just open a temple with witches and then assume nobody really cares about this hex in this matchup and go for a round 3 stronghold to get here. Round 4 sanctuary here. Although if you're starting here and here, you're not getting this hex. Yeah. Whoops, I'm going to time out. Whoops. Took a timer penalty. Ugh. Crew, what am I doing? Darklings have to be the best. But yeah. Darklings might not get this hex, depending on what other people do, but they should still get a lot of leech here. I think Fakirs have to upgrade here, or Fakirs have to take the center first. I would assume engineers are going to start with the spade, which means Darklings probably just takes the priest, or they take worker power. Both are quite good. Witches are going to take temp ship, probably, and then Fakirs take priest or worker power. The engineers could, in this matchup, they could, if they're really dedicated, they could go temp ship and they could do the full dwelling rush, where you start like here, and you dig, you know, something like this, and you build, you just end round one with 6 dwellings. But it doesn't look like you're gonna have good neighbors for that, so I don't think that's a good plan. I'll just join the crew on bidding Darklings a little, partly just to get my timer back. Engineers might be better than witches? I'm not sure. The good news for engineers is that there is no blue faction in the game. So without a blue faction, you actually have town space through this sorts of stuff a lot easier. The downside with Fakirs in the game is that this is probably your connection hex. As engineers, you probably need this and this for connection. But you got to start here to defend against witches. So it's securing these hexes before anybody else gets to them is a little tricky. But if you actually get this, if you get these hexes and you get these hexes, you're going to have a pretty good engineer game here, because you're going to be able to expand to some grays late, probably. And indeed, we do see engineers are going now. I don't think this is the sort of game that's going to be an Earth 1 rush either. I'll throw a point on engineers. If engineers do get cut off from this hex, I don't know if they connect, and that does seem like a big bummer. So I don't know how I feel about that, but... Hello, Ghostly. Welcome. Oh no, it's not, my chat's not showing up on my screen. Let's test. Not a bad table. Indeed, it's not a bad table. Yeah, it would appear that my chat's not going to show up on my screen today. Weird. Can I refresh that? This is what I get for not resetting things. Anyhow, yeah, it is a pretty good table. It should be an interesting game. I'll keep bidding engineers a little. I think there's, even with witches, I've been increasingly warming up to engineers on this map. I think there's a decent reasons to like them here. The only thing that I'm a bit concerned about for engineers is actually the long-term leech this game, and somewhat even the early leech. I don't quite know how explosive a game it'll be, but we'll see. If this shows up on stream, you'll gift Luminous sub. Unfortunately, it would appear that things are a little messed up. I tend to restart my computer occasionally, especially before streaming, because it seems to make Streamlabs happy. Otherwise, if I've had things running for a while, sometimes my webcam doesn't show up, and then sometimes this happens. And I've been pretty good about restarting, but I didn't today. And it seems to have caused a slight issue here, but oh well. We're just not gonna have chat up on screen today, but oh well. Anyhow, yeah, I think engineers are pretty good. I really liked witches when I thought I could go like pure dwelling rush by taking this hex and building, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dwelling type opening with maybe a trading post. But I just don't think that's going to be possible anymore. So I think witches have some more problems with that being the case. I do still like that witches can just start here and here, and that they can just temp ship to here and here, but witches kind of need this hex just for connection this game. So I don't like that. And I'll actually put another in Darklings at this point. I don't know. You think gray hurts green on this map more than the other way, unlike base? Yeah, I think that's correct as well. I think, again, I actually think blue is in many ways more annoying for gray. Blue winds up cutting off a lot of gray's towning. And if you start here, the upshot too is that green just doesn't care about a lot of gray hexes. Like, green wants this gray hex. Sometimes green wants to go through this whole stretch of things, but if you block them here, they're still not going to care. So then green takes this gray hex from you and this gray hex from you, which just isn't that bad. You only lose 2 hexes. You almost never get this one anyhow. So you're really only losing this guy. And that's just not that bad. I guess you don't get this. Sometimes you maybe want to like town through here instead of towning through here, but G7's and oh okay. Speaking as big proponent of Fire and Ice NGs, you only really have issues with blue and red. Yeah, I think that's true. G7's important though in case Fakirs take it. This is where I'm supposed to have hex names on. G7. Yes, I agree. G7 is really the other big issue of this game. That's what I keep staring at, and it's why I'm not super aggressively bidding engineers. I'm not super aggressively bidding engineers either, because engineers are 4th seat, and I don't really know if engineers are getting much early leech. And then there's also a chance that it's just an Earth 1 rush, and I don't know how much that... I don't know if that really bodes well for engineers. Because I think engineers want to have just a Earth 1, Water 1 game plan. The past tiles certainly support just kind of building a lot of dwellings and trading posts. So yeah. I've been bidding Darklings is about 10 points better for engineers, but now I'm tempted to slightly change that and just go one more on engineers. Because I think things still look pretty good for engineers. Even if you get cut off. Oh, well, okay, there we go. Even if you get cut off, I think engineers can transition to a bridge strat and be okay. You would bid engineers down by a significant amount. I think you're correct, but I do, again, I think if Fakirs choose to go for this hex somewhat aggressively, like, because I think I have to start here. So I don't think I'm getting here very quickly. And so if I'm forced to not connect, that feels a bit of a problem. But you'd like the Fakirs here at some point, maybe not that early. My problem with the Fakirs is I don't, like, as usual with yellow, I just don't really like the neighbor situation that I'm going to have for a lot of the game. I don't think I'm going to get lots of leech, although witches maybe does give you more early leech than I think. I don't know. Is there any chance that witches starts here and that I somehow, like, don't have to start? You know, like, I have to start here regardless because I don't know where witches are going to go. Yeah, okay. Whatever, though. I'm starting engineers with a spade in hand. It can't go that bad. Darklings are trying to entice me to start here, but I think I can't. You just have to start south and northeast and see what happens. And yeah, Fakirs are going to get leech from me right here. I agree with that. So do I have to start here though? So the more I'm looking at it and the more I'm considering it, maybe I do just start here, right? The worst case that happens by starting here is that I lose this hex. But do I need this hex? I need this guy. Like, I can always bridge through here and do this town and not care a hell of a lot. I think connection is just more important than starting here and going for this town, right? This just loses one gray hex. There's quite a few spades in the game. There's Darklings in the game. There is the past spade. I'm going to get a cult spade here. This might be the right spot, actually. It does mean that I need to secure this right away. But even if Fakirs start here, I don't think they're going to single dig this first move. That's the worst case. If they do that, that sucks. But otherwise, I use my cult dig here. Yeah, let's try this. I don't know. This might be wrong. Let them have it. It effectively loses far east gray as well, but it might be okay. It does, yeah, it does give up this. So that's true. I'm kind of giving up this and this. Witches are still going to take this, and they probably take this. So it's a lot of grays. Oof, and Fakirs start there. Well, that's what I didn't want. Didn't want that. Fakirs are getting worker power, so they will be able to first action single dig. I was hoping Darklings were going to take worker power and not go for the priest. This could be the worst case scenario for me. Yeah, and I don't have a neighbor in the other section now either because Fakirs didn't start here. Well, it might have been the wrong starting spot because witches are a lot better off now too. Witches can go for a trading post and pure dwelling spam, so you don't think Fakir should single dig the first move. The center red so much leech, but maybe they will even if they shouldn't. Yeah, I agree with all of that. It turns out they don't take it first move, so they're not committed to single digging it. I think I have to just take it first action. I'm hoping Darklings does upgrade south here. It does look like Darklings Sanctuary should just be here. It doesn't actually look like Darklings are getting that much leech. Darklings might feel compelled to take this hex. I'm not sure. Who's getting double dig too? Oh, Witches is going to get double dig because Darklings is going to take this hex. So Witches will be able to double dig and go for the Dwelling Rush opening that I wanted, which I think is quite nice for them. I still think Darklings should put their temple down here. So if I take this and then Darklings start upgrading and we trade leech, I think this could still be a pretty good start. I very well may still lose Earth 1 though. It depends on how Witches play it. I don't really think Witches should take Earth 1 here. I really think Witches should go full Dwelling Rush. But I am obviously not in charge of how people play. I thought we didn't secure hexes. Alright, people watch a little too much. Fakirs do just go Earth 1. Makes a lot of sense. I'm expecting Witches take double dig, but Witches, again, if I was Witches, I would double dig and just build a lot of dwellings. I really like that option for Witches, but Witches may just take Earth 1. Witches does pass on Earth 1 for a second, which is really dangerous, actually, because I can give Fakirs the power to double dig. Actually, Darklings is going to give Fakirs the power to double dig, so Witches just possibly lost the ability to double dig. No, Darklings takes the workers, though. I admittedly was probably also interested in workers, because I like to go double temple, but I could just take the priest here, but I think I just start upgrading. I still think Darklings is going to upgrade next to me. Do I want to give Fakir's double dig? If I give Fakir's double dig, is there an outside chance of me somehow double digging and getting up through here? Giving Fakir's double dig is maybe giving Fakir's too much, though. Their game's a lot better off if I give them double dig. I guess I'll continue to think that witches will do their job, but I do not know. Witches is saying, what was he thinking? And I'm assuming that's because he realizes now that he risked losing double dig, so I definitely think he screwed up. But I've chosen to be nice to him. Ultimately, this start is okay. Assuming Darklings is going to actually upgrade and build a sanctuary here, this should be a ton of leech coming in for me, which is great for engineers. So we'll see if that comes to pass. I'm definitely hoping it does, and still expecting it to, but we'll see. Fakirs just takes a priest here. I think that's very reasonable. Fakirs can just send that priest to fire. They might just fly with it. Witches will get double dig and presumably are going to just take it. I'm not sure. They've obviously not done exactly what I would have expected at some points here, but Darklings admittedly does look like they're going to get this stretch of hexes, which is often quite strong for Darklings. The only upshot to us being here already is that Darklings' connection path is a little tricky already. So that is something. I still think Darkling's Sanctuary Town just goes on these hexes, so I'm hoping he feeds me a lot of leech, but I really don't know what he's going to do for sure. I'm also trying to still debate how much I care about Earth 1. I mean, I think I just take Earth 1, right? But, I'm offline? Why am I offline? It's not a good sign. I'm streaming right now. Maybe I'm not streaming right now, though. Witches does go, we can still see you. Well, yeah, I don't know. Alright, we'll just say BJ is lying to me. Witches does go for Earth 1, so... Oh, I can still beat Darklings to Earth 1, though. What am I worried about? Hey, welcome everybody to the chat. I don't like the fact that Witches have taken Earth 1 here. Witches are also just giving me the option to double dig. So, and he thought he already went Earth 1. I really don't like what Witches is up to. Yeah, he apparently wanted to go Temple and then build this. So he's like not even considering, he must not even be considering the Dwelling Rush line, which I think is just stronger, but so if Darklings upgrades next to me, I actually have the ability to just like double dig this. And then, I mean, Witches I guess would have to respond with a single dig, right? So it's probably not worth doing it, but it's tempting. think you should have gone big econ. Big econ, I'm almost confident building a lot more dwellings is better. I think Witch is going for Earth 1 is just a problem, but you also want the southern red for connection, and at some point the southern blue to gray. Yeah, I have a lot of hexes I need to dig, I agree. So I guess I still just let Witches single dig at this point, and I just take Earth 1. I think taking Earth 1 away from Darklings is probably the correct move here. The thing is, I really want Earth 2, but I think I really want Earth 1 this game also, so I still can go for another temple on the back of all this leech too. I would just have to convert 3 power to a worker, and I might do that because classic engineer of just opening Earth 1, Earth 2 is pretty good. Darklings is getting fed a lot of power. Fakirs does go priest to fire. That does mean Fakirs can double dig at the start of next round. So I don't know if that means I'm going to be allowed to double dig. Witches has refused to take double dig. They went for just the really basic opening, and instead of, again, I think if they just take double dig, I really think they're better off. But I'm really tempted to get greedy for this hex now, but the only way I can do it is to double dig, and then I guess I don't even have a worker to build here. But Witches losing this hex is like a big problem for them. Maybe not that big of a problem because I guess they want the center, but I think Fakirs are almost certainly opening next round with dig here, dig here. Team. I'm planning to build quite a bit. I plan to utilize Earth 1 a good bit this game. This is such a wild, like, weird start with just none of us really taking double dig. I don't really think I'm taking double dig here either. I think I am just going to go for temple. I think I am just going to go temple for Earth 2 here. I think it's just the strongest option available to me. I probably am going to get spade blocked next round because double dig is going to get taken, but maybe I get single dig actually. I really don't know. The fact that none of the spades have got taken in this opening, despite it being a dwelling round, is a bit wild. Fakirs could single dig here, but I think they're saving for double dig. Although they know they're getting a lot more leech, so maybe they can single dig here and still get double dig. I don't know. I'm definitely a bit sad. Now Fakirs do just pass, so Fakirs are just going to open next round with double dig. I need to send priest to Earth next round in order to get my cult dig. Witches should just take double dig here, right? Like, they should at least just secure hexes. But they don't. Wow. I really don't like those decisions from Witches. I really wish I could build these dwellings, but I just can't. I'm close to being able to, but I just can't. I'm gonna get to pass for worker power or temp ship. Temp ship will let me at least just build this hex next round. I don't think I'm gonna do a lot of development next round, which is a bit of a bummer, but it's not a huge problem. Maybe I take a coins action here and just get that out of the way. I mean, I'm not going to get spades next round. I guess, I want to go 3 work, or 3 power is for, let's just look at this. I think I still need to go temple. So I have to do that in order to get temple. That means I have enough left over that I could single dig here. And just to make sure I actually get a single dig action. But maybe instead I do just use the extra power for an early coins action here. And just none of the spade actions get taken in round 1. I mean, what a wild start. I think Fakirs are really regretting taking that priest action, although I guess I don't know if he had anything else he could have done. But the fact that Fakirs like didn't get to double dig in the first round, like this is a weird start. Single dig is risky with Witches being able to take the hex. Yeah. I think if I were you, I would have gone double dig, but that might be wrong. Would you have just taken this blue hex with double dig? Is that what you were gonna do? I think that's fine. I blame Witches not going Earth 1 before building that first dwelling would have fed me Leech. You needed? Yeah. Worker power does get taken, so I can pass for either a priest or temp ship. Again, temp ship gets me here, which is kind of nice. The priest is fairly tempting otherwise too, because I already need to send 1 priest to Earth, but I might be able to get a priest to water or somewhere else first. I don't know. Regardless, I'm going to just go second temple here. Engineer's temple is very, very good. Earth 2 is a very good favor. Does lots of good things here. Did feed my opponents a lot of leech. Don't love that, but... but give some great income. I'm probably going to have a very fast round and just pass back onto this tile. So maybe if I want to pass back onto this tile, I should just take temp ship, build this dwelling, send priest to Earth, and pass. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3 actions before passing. Do all of my opponents have at least 3 actions of their own? That's actually very not clear to me. I don't know what my opponents are doing besides Fakirs are taking double dig. So I might want to have only 1 action if I want to get back on the spade tile. One action just being priest to Earth. I think I take this priest. Temp ship for dwelling. Second dwelling is very good. Second dwelling is very good, but our Darklade sending priest to Earth first turn. Priest might let you double priest Earth for double spade. I think somebody is sending priest to Earth. I don't know who it's gonna be, but given that everybody's at step 1, like, I guess Fakirs have to double dig, but then Witches might send priest to Earth. Like, I don't think there's any chance that I get the... I don't think there's any chance I get the 3 spot. Witches does go for single dig, so maybe I am getting Priest to Earth. I don't know. Darklings do need coins. Darklings probably need a... Although, do Darklings actually have to take coins action? Oh, they do. Wow, so I do get Priest to Earth. Okay, well, I wasn't expecting that. Well, this second Priest does just turn into another Spade now. So I don't even need to pass for this Spade all that badly anymore, I guess. Fakirs and Witches are kind of fighting over this now. This is, like, I guess Witches can connect around, but... Oops. Fakirs have built their dwellings, and they're pretty out of stuff to do unless they take a Priest. So I think... Oh, except actually, wait. Fakirs do have a cult up. They might use that. I don't know. I don't know for sure what anybody's doing. Witches send Priest to air. So witches are not advancing ship here. Which means witches are probably done and are going to pass. Regardless, at this point, I think I do just need to go Priest. I think I need to just go Priest to Earth. And then I might just wind up taking this bridge and building this dwelling and having a longer round. Like, I obviously planned to, like, potentially just go really fast and pass for this guy, but I think just getting 2 Earth Cult Spades is incredible here. Plus, it, like, probably means I win an Earth Cult. I mean, we're in a game where there's Fakirs and Darklings, so cults are pretty wide open, right? In fact, maybe I should just have a long round. I could take this Priest and probably send Priest to water. I guess I should send this off and then see what happens. Because if I can pass for the Spade, I'm still tempted to do that. But... we'll see. I'm in a pretty good spot here still. I have a lot of good options. Fakirs take the bridge. Okay, well, there goes that plan, though. I did not expect that, but I guess I should have. Fakirs didn't build a temple up there, so they can't sanctuary town up there very easy. So yeah, I guess they're doing this. Okay, fair enough. So now we decide if witches are passing or not. If witches don't pass, I probably do just pass back onto the Spade and have 1,000,000 spades. Possibly more spades than I need. Yeah, maybe that's not very good. I'm definitely sad that Witches decided not to dig in the first round and make there be so much spade pressure in round 2, especially given that I obviously I passed on spades in round 1 to go for the double temple. But I think double temple with a dwelling still left on the board is very strong start here. I think that's still been correct. I guess, again, I'm still fine. It's just a little sad that I'm not going to probably build another dwelling this round. And Witches do pass. Presumably for the Spade. They still need a lot of digs. Yeah. Okay. That's all right. Temp ship is still okay for me. I think I am going to try to just take this Priest, though, and send it to water. I think there's a lot of cult VP in this game, so... To be fair, Darklings might send their Priest to water. I'm not sure what they're going to do with it. I think Darklings are going for a second temple here and then plan to go Sanctuary next round. But that means they could build one more dwelling still. They do go second temple and they do go Fire 1 off of you're going Air 2. I missed that we had Air 2 Darklings, by the way. That was definitely provocative. Earth 2 Darklings is usually better, especially if you're going to take Fire 1, in my opinion, but this is okay. They certainly have a strong economic start. I will take this and see what happens. If I get the first priest of water, I'm pretty happy. And even if I don't, just sending some priests into workers going forward is pretty fine. I guess I could even advance ship, but no, I don't. I could advance ship, I guess, and just build a dwelling. It's not that... Getting the dwelling out is good, but I think just getting this first priest of water is actually quite good. And a game where we have Fakirs and Darklings, I think there's a lot of cults VP to get, so... I could upgrade shipping. You might have gone Fire 1, no 6 going past Hell and Fire Cult Royce. So, sorry, to be fair, I think Darkling's taking Fire 1 here is correct. I don't know if I would have taken Air 2. I think Darkling's, if you just take Fire 1, Earth 2, that's the right combo of economy favors. I think Fire 1 and Air 2 is a little less good. Unless you really are able to hit the... I mean, to be fair, like, if it's Air 2 Darklings and he can hit good pass tiles, he'll still be fine. He takes Temp Ship. Interesting. I also wasn't really expecting that. But I guess I should have. I don't know. You like Earth 2 Fire 1? Yeah. Worker power is okay here. I'm probably just building quite a few dwellings next round, so the dwelling scoring isn't a terrible idea either, because I'm going to build at least 1, 2, 3, so I would have 1, 2, 3, 4, at least 4, maybe like 5 points of dwellings. I don't really know what I'm doing next round besides building a lot of dwellings. Mostly because I don't think I have anything better to do than build a lot of dwellings. I don't really have worker production going yet because I've been ignoring getting... I mean, I'm going to end with the same stuff I ended round 1, so that's a bit of a problem, but I've made significant cult progress. I guess I will just pass for the dwelling scoring. Witches can open next round with another double dig, which the fact that people did not take spade actions in round 1, I think is going to somewhat come to hurt all of us. Luckily, I have a double dig coming off the cults, and I'm just going to take this. But I am still pretty annoyed at how my opponents played round 1, because I think it's kind of hurting all of us compared to Darklings, but we'll see. Hey, Loki buddy, it's your special time. Hi, buddy. You want to come over here? Yeah. Yeah. EJ has gotten you a treat. Hi, bud. Hi. Let's get you a little more in camera. Hi. Sit. Stay. Stay. You're a good boy. Go ahead. Good job. All right. Single dig might make it to me next round. I agree. I'll very likely get single dig if I want it, and I probably do take it. I just double dig here. I think that's fine. It's safe. Yeah, this is fine. You clicked some buttons and a dog got a treat. The internet's great. Indeed it is. Hi, Loki. Yeah, you're a good boy. All right, what happened? Oh, Witches actually took coins, which is what Darklings almost certainly wanted. So I could just get a double dig here, but I don't actually have 2 hexes to dig. Huh. Good fun all around. What a world we're in. I guess Witches are going to build a stronghold. I thought Witches were just going to take this center hex. I guess Witches do have a dig still, so yeah, I don't know what's happening. I should just stop worrying about it all and somewhat let things happen. I think I might just take the bridge. This map tends to be bridge tight, right? And wow, how do Darklings have so few workers? Oh, never mind. He had 4 workers. He just took another priest. Okay. That means Darklings could like triple dig this hex. right? Darklings has temp ship. I don't know why he would triple dig this hex. Anyhow, what the rest of you guys are saying is absolutely correct. I think I just get double spade later this round. I'm just slightly paranoid here with Darklings with temp ship and 3 spades. I'm really weighing what's the chance Darklings tries to speed here. The only reason that I see Darklings trying to speed here is if they think they can also like get this hex to connect. So yeah, I think I just do this. I kind of wanted to take the bridge and just get here. If I could take the bridge and still double dig, that would be pretty sweet too. But just taking these 2 hexes is otherwise pretty viable. Taking this away from witches is pretty brutal actually, but I might do it. Fakirs do take a copy of Water 1. Darklings are also going to take a copy of Water 1 when they build a sanctuary, but I don't know what Darklings are doing. I thought Darklings were going to save all their power in just Sanctuary for Water 1. I'm pretty sure that's what they were supposed to do. It's a little weird to use 3 power. I mean, I've made this argument before on this stream, but I'll try to reiterate it here. Darklings using power for priests is actually, I think, a mistake. Is broadly a mistake. I think you see it too often. If you want more priests as Darklings, build more temples and sanctuaries. Like, get that priest production rolling. I'm gonna get Water 1 blocked though, aren't I? Witches are also going Water 1 instead of Stronghold because my opponents hate economy. So, oh well. I mean, I can't be that mad at them. They're doing what they think is best, and it's fine. But like, Witches is gonna allow me to like steal this hex on them, and get completely cut in, like trapped. Fakir's probably was supposed to just go Earth 1, Water 1 at this point. Their economy's going along well enough. Darklings really need Water 1. I could Sanctuary for Water 1, I guess, but I think I want to Sanctuary Water 1 next round, so we'll see what Darklings do. I mean, the fact that Darklings took that Priest means that I don't think they are Sanctuarying this round, so we'll see. What about advancing ship and digging E2? You guess that can wait? Yeah, I've thought about that, but Darklings just advanced ship. That suggests to me that Darklings are going to come here. So Darklings are worried about their connection, and they want to rush their connection, is my guess here. Okay. I think I do just double dig these hexes then, and I just build all these dwellings, and then I pass. Feels like a good enough round. I've been wanting double digs. This gets me a lot of good hexes. It pretty much kills witches, because I thought witches were going to try to stronghold and get over here, but they haven't, so... If Darklings is going to take this hex, it gets me 1 extra leech here now too, which is pretty nice. So, we'll see, but things look pretty good for us still. I think Darklings failing to go Sanctuary here is a bit of an issue for them, but I guess securing connection is nice, but... I probably still will get beat to Water 1 next round, but I think I do want to Sanctuary for Water 1 in an ideal world, if I'm allowed to. Witches are just going to bridge, so Witches are basically just... Witches still need another bridge this game too, so there is a lot of bridge pressure, but luckily I am Engineers, so I can do this later, but I do need to eventually get this hex, but... I have long-term connection secured now too, although it does require 3 ships, which is a little painful, but... Round 4 might be a little early for the Sanctuary. You get that you score 5 points for it, but it's so expensive and I lose the precious 5 power income. So you're absolutely right that all of that is painful, but I also get Water 1, and I'm engineers in a game that tells me to build a bunch of trading posts and then build a bunch of dwellings. Like, I'm going to just Sanctuary for Water 1 if I'm allowed to. If I can't take Water 1, then I do just skip the Sanctuary. I don't ever need to build a Sanctuary this game at all. There's no big building pass tile, so you would consider Third Temple. So I would love Third Temple, right? But the problem is tempo. Tempo matters a lot next round, because Darklings are going to be able to just Sanctuary for Water 1. So if I could Temple for Water 1, I would. But I'm not willing to build a trading post, hope that I can Temple for Water 1, and then watch Darklings snag Water 1 from me. I'll just build a Sanctuary for Water 1 and be content. Now, with that said, Darklings does just pass, so they're going to have Tempo for Water 1 anyhow. So, no worries. I am likely to just get Water 1 blocked this game, and I accept that is how it is. Darklings got no coins. I mean, Darklings have, they do have Fire 1. They passed for coins. Like, they have Air 2. Darklings absolutely can one move Sanctuary. What are all of you guys talking about? Like, Darkling's first move next round could be Sanctuary. Like, they have Air 2, Fire 1. They absolutely could do it. Witches does take this Hex. Interesting. I'll take Leech. I could send Priest to Fire here and just get a worker back. I don't really have any use for this Priest immediately. I could pass for pretty much nothing. I pretty much just want Witch's Tile if I'm somehow able to get it, right? Just continue to get Spades is fine. Yeah, I just go Priest to Fire here. Now, to be fair, well, actually, Fakirs are opening next round with a Coins Power action, right? Yeah, it's going to go Coins Power action, and then I'm assuming it's going to go Sanctuary Water 1. If that's what happens, I probably am just skipping Sanctuary and Stronghold this game. Which leads me to not really know what I'm going to be doing next round. I guess I just pass for another Priest. I can continue to do kind of culty things, I guess, this game. Don't have a lot else to be doing. Getting Water 1 blocked is going to be a big issue. Can I grab the 2-key town? I probably can get the 2-key town this game. Or I could just get it next round if I wanted. I could even go like for I still could go for a Stronghold line. If I'm going to get Water 1 blocked, I mean, I could go for a Stronghold next round, get the 2-key town, try to set up 2 bridge shenanigans over here. By taking this Hex and setting up some bridge scoring opportunities. The problem is it takes a lot of workers. I mean, many more workers than I have. Although maybe not that many more workers than I have, actually. It takes more coins than I have, but maybe. Maybe I set up Stronghold shenanigans. I don't know. We'll see. I'm still going to just Sanctuary for Water 1 if I'm allowed to. I just assume that I won't be able to. But I don't know that for a fact yet. But it does appear that that's what's happening. I agree with that as well. So I agree. I'm still going to be okay here. The question is what I even do this round, because I agree that with the trading post tile open, I really want to pass I want to pass like really quickly this round and get on that thing along with a coins power action. But I also have a ton of power that I would kind of like to use here, but I just don't have a lot to do with it. I could just take this bridge and then build this dwelling and then pass. Hopefully that's fast enough. I'm not sure that's fast enough is part of the problem, right? Like, passing onto the trading post out here requires me to go very fast. Like, really fast. I think Darklings are going to pass really quickly. I also don't have that many neighbors for my trading posts. So the whole 5 trading post thing does seem a little bit of a stretch. So I could have a long round and I could engage in bridge shenanigans, which I kind of am tempted by. Plus it would get me the 2 key town and I could have a big cult game. The alternative is I could also set up another town, although I think I still can just set up another town this game. I'm going to go for the bridge and progress slowly and see what happens. I think Darklings are going to pass super fast is part of the problem. But I think I can go for a very culty game and be content with that. I think there's definitely a chance that I can go for another town over here this game, like just somewhere through here. I mean, I'm going to have no neighbors for it, which is the bummer, but it gives me one more bridge too to set up. And so I can have towns through here. Wow, witches pass first move. Well, okay, I mean, I'm fine with this. If my opponent's, I mean, I guess the witches don't have ways to make points otherwise, so fair enough, but yikes. Where's the 4th town? I'm not going 4th town, but could go shipping and get out many dwellings. Might be worse than Stronghold. Yeah, so I agree that I could go shipping this round and get out even more dwellings, but I think this is fine. I still have lots. I have lots I can do. Someday I need to 4 town again, but look, I've already kind of overbuilt this town, and I'm not having that great of a game. Like, my game's fine, but I honestly need like more leech. I mean, Fakirs might come eventually. Like, Fakirs probably eventually come next to me some point this round, and that'll help out. But Darklings actually eventually build this. Maybe so. If I am going Stronghold, it should just be here, right, and keep leveraging leech that's gonna come in. I'm going to get a lot of power by taking the 2 key town too. Do I have to? I guess I should build this otherwise. Nah, let's just build this first, right? Yeah, this is fine. Last few engineers games you've seen on arena streams, Weber as well, have been culty engineers. Interesting. Yeah, so engineers are pretty good at being culty, right? Like, you can build a lot of stuff pretty easily. And then depending on what other factions are in the game too. So like partly it's witches have chosen to really not contest cults. Witches have said, hey, I'm just gonna win air. And then Darklings, never went any cults this game. And then Fakirs just don't have enough priests really to go cults most of the time. So I should pretty easily be able to win 2 cults this game. I'm gonna get some more workers. I'll get some spades. Those spades can be useful in making my other town. So I don't know. I like the stronghold plan here though. I think it's a lot of points. It certainly wasn't crazy to try to go for like an air 1 strat, but I think this is fine. Darklings is gonna put a little cult game in. They need workers so badly they're converting priests to workers now. Okay, sure. I just go stronghold and take the 2 keep town here. It gets me 6 power, so I can convert. Oh, I need to convert several power into coins to pull this off anyhow. Is Fakir's going to Sanctuary for 2 key this round? Apparently not. I don't know. You think you can win 2 cults even without 2 Keytown? Probably. It's probably true, but this makes things real easy, and I might be able to win more than just... I might be able to win 3 cults at this point. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, actually, I'm going to run out of priests to send to the cults. That's going to be a real issue, but I do need to use a lot of priests for shipping anyhow, so I need a lot of coins still this game. Not getting any coins power actions is going to be a little bit rough. My opponents are passing really fast. They're not really building out their economy very well in general, which is fine. But yeah, it's been a bit of a wacky game all around. My lack of neighbors for trading posts next round is going to be a bummer. I'm also not sure I'm sold on the third town dream. Like, while I keep thinking about the third town, the only way the third town is actually going to be particularly good is if I can build cheap trading posts next to fakirs, and I don't know if that's going to happen or not. Or it means that I have to save trading posts for the final round, which, I don't know. Cheap trading posts next to Darklings. Yeah, that's true, actually. Maybe Darklings will get over there. I don't know where they're headed for sure yet, so... But broadly, my real issue is that I don't have cheap trading posts, which is a bummer. So I can pass for the dwelling scoring tile here. I think Witches open next round with... Witches might be opening next round with a bridge. So if I pass here, maybe I do get a coins power action. I can easily set up my other bridge here next round, and then maybe set up this bridge even too, depending on what's going to happen. Well, probably, I'm not sure I can. I do want to reach over here though. Awkward. We'll figure that part out. I need a lot of stuff. If I could get a coins action next round, that would change a lot. Will Witches give me a coins action? It's not clear to me. Witches also need coins, but Witches also need the bridge. Guess it can't hurt to see what they offer me. The only other thing I can really do this round is I could invest like the rest of my resources into sigil digging this. I could also send the last priest here off to air, which is reasonable, but I don't really care about it. I think I do just pass. See if I get lucky on the coins front. I'm producing 8 power. So that's actually going to have me maxed out on power. It doesn't look like I'm getting more leech this round, though. Yeah, it's probably fine. Yeah, I really don't know how many trading posts I'm going to get up next round, which, again, kind of a bummer, but it's okay. I still need a lot of stuff. Like, I have a lot left to do. Because I still need to get to 3 shipping. I still kind of do want to set up another town opportunity over here. Because the hexes are going to be, like, the number of digs required for it's quite reasonable. But the difficulty is that I would need to get to 2 shipping this next round, which is potentially possible. But then it means that I also, like, if I want to build trading posts, I don't think I'm going to have neighbors for them. So Darklings winds up sending another priest to air, so I'm fine that people are fighting on that track. I really don't. Darklings using priests on the cult track is a bit tough, but they do produce 3 priests, but I really have to loop back to when they spent 3 power for a priest. I guess it was just to secure their connection, but Darklings also have some real resource issues this game. All right, moment of truth. Witches probably does take coins. They do. Okay, well, that's a bummer. I think I'm just taking a bridge then right away and just basically saying screw them. If they're not going to respect bridge pressure, I don't think I should let them have one. And I still need bridges. I mean, I also need digs, but nobody's double digging. I need coins, but what is this round going to be for me? I mean, it's not going to be great, whatever it is. I should try to build a couple trading posts, but they might have to be expensive. Maybe I do just give up the 3rd town dream. Try to just have a decent number of dwellings to build in the final round. Once I hit 3 shipping, I have a lot of cheap gray hexes to reach. Plus, I'm going to get at least 1 spade. I might have enough workers, though, that it's probably not justified to take the bridge here. I just don't really want to watch the witches get a bridge this round. But I guess witches will just get a bridge in the final round. Although Darklings actually might want the bridge. Maybe I just let Darklings bridge block. So that means I need lots of coins this round to do anything. And I'm going to need a ship advance. I don't like anything here. I need so much stuff. Darklings does take the bridge, so... I think I am just going to build trading posts in locations that it just means that I'm overbuilding this town. I just don't think the 3rd town makes a lot of sense this game. The Fakir's neighbor dream is alive. Yeah. I mean, Fakirs are going to get up over here. Fakirs have done quite well in that regard. They're going to get their hexes that they want, but my neighbor life is just really not great. Darklings have no incentives to be building next to me, really, which is causing me some troubles. Witches aren't building, like... I haven't really gotten great neighbors this game outside of the early part. I thought there might be a little more action throughout this island, but there really hasn't been, which has been a bit of an issue, but it's okay. But I'm just not... I just don't think I'm making enough points to have a very good game here. But that happens. Actually, let's reset that. Let's send one more priest off to here. See if we can get some more leech. I think I still want to dig this hex this round. And then maybe I dig this hex as well. Just to be able to set up more bridge options. Because bridge scoring is at least something I can still do reasonably well. I'm interested to see where Fakirs are going to use this spade and where, like, I'm a little confused why they upgraded here. I kind of thought Fakirs were going to go for a town right through here and feed me a lot of leech. I'm not actually sure why Fakirs would upgrade here. Like, it feels like a no-brainer to me as Fakirs to just be at least leaving this possibility alive. But I'm not Fakirs, so... Darklings goes Fire 2 with another temple rather than building trading posts. Oh my gosh, Darklings, why did you steal? Why did you take Water 1 on me if we're not going to build trading posts in the trading post round? Ugh. Ugh. Yeah, I don't know. Losing Water 1 definitely is hurt here. And a coin town, yeah. I mean, he does not have Earth. Like, Darklings also is not actually making enough points here. But, oh well. I'm not getting enough leech. Doodah, doodah. It's killing me. Doodah, doodah. Maybe the stronghold was still too expensive. I'm not sure. I mean, ultimately, things are not great over here. They're not awful, but they're not great. Well, that is what you should have done if you were Darklings, yes. If you were Darklings and you chose to build trading posts, taking a coin town, and then used even more coins for trading posts, that would make a lot of sense. That would be really good. Fakirs are hardcore denying me leech. And again, I don't really get it, except for the fact that it must, like, Fakirs must have just given up this town dream, and I just don't actually know why, but oh well. But I'm not even sure that, I guess giving Darklings power is better than giving me power. Darklings is probably in a worse spot than I am, but boo. Boo, boo, boo. I'm not even sure what I do next here. I could just build a expensive trading post here. I kind of wanted to build another bridge, but maybe it's just not worth it. And then I just save all my stuff for the final round where I try to build a ton of dwellings in the dwelling round. After I get to 3 shipping, I'm able to hit a lot of hexes. I'm getting at least a spade here, which can just be this. Well, actually, I guess it could be this hex and set up for the town shenanigans. So I just build an expensive trading post here. You've had some great Fakirs games on this map with final round dwelling scoring. With no neighbors, you don't even need an advantage in the auction. Yeah, I mean, it does turn out that Fakirs are just having a much slicker game than I've thought. I mean, they've built most of their stuff. They just went Earth 1, Water 1. They've had, you know, just kind of, they haven't really been disrupted. And so, yeah, I think I did undervalue them. It also looks like I might have just overvalued engineers, although, you know, maybe I was supposed to start here, although I'm not really sure that starting here versus here is where my problem lies. I think part of my problem lies in the fact that I did think Fakirs might just start an upgrade down here. I certainly thought that Fakirs would try to make a town through here, but Fakirs look like they've decided that they were going to settle for a single town game, which, again, I'm not actually sure why Fakirs don't have a trading post here, a trading post here. They have a spade in hand. Like, they're so close to another town. I'm not actually convinced why they chose not to, but maybe cutting witches off was too brutal too. Maybe I'm supposed to have them here as a neighbor. Like, my lack of adjacency this game is actually a bit of a problem. Maybe I needed to ship more aggressively. I don't know. Not getting coins power actions was actually a bit more rough than I expected to. I got that 1 in round 1, which is good, but given that I needed to afford 3 shipping this game, it might have been better to somewhat aggressively pursue that. But, oh well. Regardless, I think I pass here and I do get another coins power action then. I don't have much to gain from staying in the round. I mean, I'm barely scoring points on this pass tile I took, which is a bummer, but... yeah, investing on the southern island often does get you without leech. Although again, I thought Fakirs and I would be friends, but we were not. So, oh well. I mean, my game plan might have just been wrong somewhat too. I probably did just overvalue engineers here, and oh well. And to be fair, I do have a crap ton of points coming in. I should be able to build a lot of these dwellings. I do have network. I do have another town, so it's probably fine. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 dwellings at least. Maybe some more. I just pass for that. Make 8 power again. Seems fine. Oh, more than 8 power. I make 12 power. Still seems fine, right? I don't think I have anything else really great to do. I want to hit 3 shipping just to connect and hit more dwellings. Yeah, that seems fine. I don't have anything better to do. A bit of a sad 2 passing points, yeah. You're not sold I'm losing just yet. I might be sadder about my game than I should be. I do think that's fair. I think Fakirs are probably just beating me. I think Fakirs are actually just going to outright beat me on network, to be honest. Because Fakirs are going to have 3 structures left on their board for sure. I don't think it's clear that I'm building all these dwellings yet. But I guess I should have second place on network pretty well wrapped up. So if I have a second place on network, I have pretty good cult points. I have a lot of points coming in the final round. Maybe it's fine. Doesn't seem like such a bad spot. It's not bad. It's just not great. Probably second here between network, cult, and large number of dwellings. Yeah, I mean, maybe. Witches still do get 2 towns. And witches still get out 2 more trading posts. So, I mean, the problem is witches... I think witches are still ahead of me by a good bit, right? I mean, it's another 12 points from the round, and then 8 pass, so 20. So witches will be at 83 with 2 towns remaining to score. So call that another 15, 30 points. That's 113. I guess they don't have a lot for post-game, but hey, here's some leech I didn't want. I'm actually really surprised about that placement. Mostly because I thought there was going to be trading I thought the witches were setting up this town without a bridge. If the witches are still relying on a bridge, that's a bit dangerous from them. I'm not going to bridge block. I'm taking coins, but was spade tile better than dwelling tile? Maybe. It's definitely possible that taking the spade might have been better. I think I imagined I was somehow going to get done a lot more than I was able to, so... But yeah, the only person that I think I might be beating is Darklings, to be honest. I think I'm 3rd place here, but let's see. Stuff happens. But yeah, I mean, witches did take an 8-point town here, but I mean, they're going to be at almost 100 after passing. Doesn't look good. Doesn't look good. Darklings does wind up still getting 3 trading posts out this round, so maybe their Fire 2 thing was fine. I think I do probably go to this hex with the Water Cult Spade. Although maybe not. I might not have that many workers, so maybe this stronghold was kind of the wrong play, because I only set up 1 bridge, and while I thought I was going to set up more bridges, my economy just really isn't that explosive. My round 1 was fine, but then round 2 I really didn't get to develop much, and so I'm kind of just like a round behind where I really want to be this whole game. You think Spade was better because I can grab the red center hex and make a TP? Yeah, and I could have set up another bridge then. So I agree. I think you're right. But, oh well. I've done what I've done, and I will live with it. But I'm probably getting 3rd here. Is my bet. I think I'm just going to beat Darklings, but we'll see. But I have no pass points in the final round. Let's even suppose I get 5 dwellings out. That's 20 points. I take a town is 30 points. I advance ship a couple times, 37. Maybe 40 points total next round. Takes me to 90. I have pretty good cults. I have pretty good network, but mid 120s, maybe low 130s, somewhere in that range. Witches are definitely just going to be above that, right? Well, assuming they make their town, it's not 100% clear that they're going to get a bridge. Fakirs will have the option to bridge block. I don't know if Fakirs will bridge block, but I also am not sure if Fakirs have anything else to be doing. Darklings is trying to angle for another town somewhere through all this stuff. They probably are able to make it. They do produce 4 priests around. So, I mean, Darklings getting another town also seems pretty good. I just take coins, though. I need them. I'm hoping Fakirs will bridge block witches, I think, is really the only answer, but I don't know how likely it is. Although, again, I can't help but point out once more, just because I haven't, like, Fakirs have another town in that. Like, they still probably have another town. They could bridge, and then if Darklings lets them have this hex, which I guess they wouldn't, but if Fakirs had just set up this town, they easily have the ability to go for a town this round. I would like a spade this round, yes. Honestly, I don't know what I even dream of anymore, because I'm not when I'm in this sort of losing position where I've already know that I'm like losing and losing kind of badly, I don't really care what happens. Wow, and Fakirs choose not to block. That's a shame. Why would you not bridge block? Like, surely if you're Fakirs, your biggest opponent is witches. Why? I guess you don't bridge block because they still could town? I don't know if they could. I don't know. It's a big swing giving them that bridge, but if we double spade, somehow you still dream of the third town. I'm gonna tell you right now to get disappointed. I'm not building a third town. That's just not. That is not on the agenda. This is pretty safe. I could take another cult town though if I town up right away. Is that town worth it to just secure here? Maybe it is. Well, a priest town actually is probably just as good for me, and there's a lot of those left. So yeah, never mind. I actually don't need to push the town yet. I can watch what happens. So advancing ship and trying to rush out to some of these gray hexes before something weird happens, and also being able to possibly set up for spades. It's probably better. It's too expensive, that water one. Isn't priest almost better? Yeah, priest town very well might be better. The thing is I can't immediately earn priests, so that's why I'm not. Ooh, okay, that's why fakirs. Wow. Okay. Fakirs let the bridge go just so they could double dig? Triple dig. So I don't agree with that decision. Just take the bridge, but okay. I agree with the block, I think, actually. I think Fakir's best chance of winning was to cut Witch's town off. Because I think Witches were just winning the game if they got to town. But surely you just take the bridge instead of doing that. Bad for Witches, bad for Fakirs. This is an even better block for me. Yeah, it's the best thing for me. Black was supposed to build A5 after bridge. Maybe Black was supposed to, but Black's trying to set up his own towns. I don't know. Witches could town without the bridge. Yeah, so Gray, I agree strongly that Witches were supposed to just aim for a town without the bridge. I think that's where they really messed up. If I was Witches, I would have just been setting up this town location last round. I wouldn't have built this trading post, and I would have just had 2 towns ready for Fire 2 this round. But I guess, yeah, bridge blocking wasn't enough then is what you're saying, because Witches could have just built these, so fair enough. But even if Fakir's bridge block, they can town is what you're saying. Okay, it's not like they can build that many dwellings. Fair enough, you're right. Witches don't really have anything else to build, so Witches could have just gone for a whatever and made it happen, but you were hoping someone else might bridge block. Gotcha. And he could still town is what they're saying. And now, yeah, now Fakir's is saying, why didn't Darklings choose to block him? But tall engineers? It's not really tall engineers. It's me not actually expanding very aggressively with engineers. It's also me getting water 1 blocked with engineers. It doesn't really seem like anybody's regretting their water 1 takes, which I think is fair enough. But the water 1s this game got taken pretty aggressively. The earth 1s also got taken pretty aggressively, though. So it's just one of those games, even though I don't really think it had to be. I mean, I still think Witches could have played such an economy game here. Again, if Witches had just gone for the double dig line round 1, would have been sweet. But it's okay. Now it's just a sad one-town Witches game. It is a sad one-town Witches game, but it might still be enough to win. I don't know. I'm just going to keep advancing ships. I think the goal here is that I advance ship here, and then I get single dig here, and then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dwellings I get to build this round. Is by far the best case scenario for me. That means that I could get down to 3 things left on my board, so I could tie Fakirs on network potentially. That's by far has to be my best case scenario. Medium engineers, I think that's true. U block, no U block, no U. Yeah, the chat's a little interesting. The witches may still just be winning this game. I'm not sure. It'll be curious how it finishes. I mean, witches aren't connecting, so witches are gonna have 0 network points. So 0 network points for witches probably isn't the win. So maybe I am. Am I still somehow winning this game at like a mid 120s? Assuming that's where I get to. I mean, it depends a little bit if I get blocked. I have a lot of hexes that I need to secure. Is anybody going to take single dig on me, actually? Do I even need to take it? Probably not that aggressively. So maybe I do just like take this hex and this hex. I don't know. I have a lot of hexes that people could mess with, or that Darklings could mess with if they wanted to. So we'll see. Do we end up with 3 cult wins here? 26 cult points plus network. It's somewhere in there, maybe. I don't know. I mean, it does not look like Fakirs are going to do anything else on the Fire Cult, so I do think I get to just pass Fakirs on Fire Cult. So yeah, I think I am just getting 3 cult wins, but we'll see. Darkleeds chooses to go for a Fakir's Hex, although Fakirs just need 1 Hex and they still have it, so it's fine. I think I am just going to build next to Darklings here. It also might get me a couple free leeches when they're building a trading post. And there's still no rush on this town at all. Like, I don't care which town I get yet. So we'll just slow play this a little. We might be like 133 here. Fakirs are ending 130-ish. Okay. So Fakirs are better than witches then, and it's gonna be close. It's gonna be close between me and Fakirs. Probably. I mean, my problem is that I'm still very vulnerable to disruption, so I'm paranoid about that. We can tie network, assuming I don't get disrupted. If I'm I guess the big issue is I thought Darklings were gonna maybe disrupt me, but maybe Darklings don't have the resources for it. Darklings needs to build their own stuff too to tie network. Oh god, is it gonna be it's gonna be an ugly tie on network potentially, isn't it? I don't know. I'm not gonna do the math. It's gonna be a vain. Act 5 on I2 ASAP? No. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna take this next. I'm just too worried about Darklings, and I just don't think there's any action. I don't think anybody's actually gonna block this on me. I2 is an underdog threat. Yeah, exactly. My problem is that Darklings could single dig this. I don't really know if they have extra priests. Darklings does need... Oh, Darklings needs 3 ships still. Although he has free hexes. See, the thing is, I think Darklings can hit my hex. And then Darklings could take a ship town. And maybe there's a world where Darklings ties me on network still after doing some of this. I'm not sure. I can't, and I don't really care to get that in the weeds on the math. Ultimately, I'm going to take this hex next action, because Darklings could take this. I don't know if it's good for them, but they could do it. Darklings could buy a priest. I mean, Darklings needs a lot of coins. Darklings has a lot left to do if they're going to, depending on what they're up to. I don't know exactly how they're going to use their resources. Darklings would love to build a trading post for their town. Or maybe they're just going to, actually, they're probably just building a dwelling for their town, right? Yeah. So Darklings digs and builds a dwelling for their town. And then they want to build one more dwelling. And they want to ship twice. Wow, but they do go for the trading post. That might be a mistake. But we'll see. But Darklings needs 3 ship in order to connect. So you tell me exactly how they're going to use their resources. Don't give Leech to Fakirs. Yeah, I mean, Darkling shouldn't have upgraded there, but it's pretty minor. But actually, maybe it's not that minor. Fakirs can take a priest power action now and defend fire a bit better, so that is actually annoying. Ew. Yeah, if Fakirs beat me on fire, that's actually a pretty big shift. So I could just take a priest town now so that I have tempo on Fakirs. That's probably what I need to do here, because Fakirs are going to take a priest now. And I just have to hope that Darklings isn't going to mess with me, which I can't at all guarantee, because Darklings does have a free priest. I think I have to gamble to win here. I think I have to gamble that Darklings doesn't want to mess with me. And if Darklings does want to mess with me, it's totally justified. Oh, whatever, Weber. You're fine. Fakirs does instantly take the priest. Pretty expected. Yeah, Darkling's upgrading next to Fakirs was... Did Fakirs take that power just so they could take this priest action? Yeah, they did. So Fakirs did pay a point for that priest, but... Fakirs have so many ways to send that priest and gain a couple of cult points, so... Take the priest and worker town? Darklings can get to 14 as well, so don't think they block. Darklings can block me and still get to 14, right? Or no, they need to use priest as worker. Ah, yeah, if Darklings use priest to worker, okay. So yeah, I agree. They probably won't block. Presumably Fakirs just tie us on fire with that priest? No. I still have a cult step left, so there's no way. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Because we have the cult step, Fakirs are going to use their priest on something. I mean, I guess Fakirs will use the priest on Earth, maybe, just because then Darklings can't do anything. I mean, they might use it on water. Regardless, though, this Fakir's priest is, yes, going to go here or here, because if it goes on air or fire, I just use my cult bump and negate it. So, oh, that's ugly. Although that's, I guess, good news for me. If witches want to take fire 3, well, the problem is witches might just follow it up with like fire 2 or something. But, oh well. Priest power action. No, taking the priest power action is not... Oh, if I took a worker town, you're saying I could have hard dug? I don't know. I mean, nobody's taking this on me still, so we'll see. Wow, Darkling sends the priest to fire. How is Darkling sending priest to fire? Do they have enough to advance ship? So advance ship and 2 dwellings is 8 coins. So 7 of these are coins. So he can't tie me on network now, but he's chosen to fight fire cult. Whatever. This whole game has been a bit wacky, and I mean, it's part of what makes Terra Mystica so fun, is everybody values stuff slightly differently, and it can get some weird endings, but a lot of this cult fight doesn't look right. And now Fakirs will send their priest to fire, and then I guess I send my priest to fire and take a cult bump. I don't know. I'm still going to maintain they're quite wacky. I guess Darkling's taking this hex away from me is more annoying. And they do have 2 ship now, so I should take this one. I can fire 2. Oh, that's true. I forgot that I'm gonna have enough extra resources that I can just. Darklings needs priest to advance ship. Yeah. I agree that Darklings have to advance ship, and then Darklings want to build a dwelling, but I don't think they have enough to do Darklings. Okay, so again, like Darklings needs 6 more coins if they were to somehow. Yeah, I don't think Darklings can tie me on network anymore, which is I think a blunder on their end. Yeah, they can't tie anymore. Yeah, that's a big mistake. Fakirs does send their priest to fire, which makes a lot of sense. Will witches follow this up with like another bump on fire somehow? I don't know what they're gonna do here. They do take single dig. Well, shit. Okay, well. I can't fire 2 anymore, but I can take the worker's power action and still eke out these dwellings, probably. Correct. I agree. But now I don't have the extra worker to potentially fire 2. That was a really weird move by witches, in my opinion. Why would you do that? Witches literally spent 7 resources for 2 points. I mean, I guess it didn't cost them anything. But was that really their best way to make points left? Was to take single dig? Instead of just hard digging? I guess it hurts me, so maybe it's right, but yikes. Don't I? I have 5 workers for 3 dwellings. I won't have an. Oh, I can go fire 2. I can use this priest as a worker, and I still can go fire 2. Although, will I have enough stuff? I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, there you guys go. Okay. I guess I have to take these workers because otherwise I can get blocked. And Darklings can't. Darklings could 5 power priest at this point. Lord knows what anybody's gonna do. I can't predict this table, so I should take these. These are the worst case is I get blocked on that. I could just use a priest as a worker now. Yeah, if I'm just gonna go fire 2 and then bump on fire, I'll just win fire. But yeah, it's such a weird thing. That wasn't a block. Correct, Gray. I mean, oh well. For what it's worth, I don't really know how to say this player's name, but they've definitely been on stream and chat, and at the start of this, they even chatted, and I've gone through some post game analysis with them, and one of their bigger issues seems to be the fact they tend to make the intermediate player mistake of always looking to single dig rather than using their workers to dig. So that happens. I don't want this anymore, right? It's just 3 coins to build these guys, so I literally have the 4 coins I need. Yeah. And then I will still just win fire. And I do still have second. So my cult still did work out pretty well, actually. So maybe I win? I don't know. This was such a weird end game. think I win by quite a bit? Huh. Okay. Nowhere during this game did I feel like things are going particularly right, but I guess looking at my opponents, I can't really say anything went particularly right for any of them, so. And the game turned much more blocky here at the end than I would have ever expected. Diragnet is calling me out hardcore here. Oh boy. I did a lot of things this game that I claim are bad. Huh, okay, I did get up to a 137 game, and yeah, that is gonna win by a decent margin actually. So, okay, well. Yeah, I guess this is why you shouldn't get too down on yourself. I still had a pretty good game plan overall. There was easy cult points to have, and I took them. There was pretty easy network points to have, and I got those. Getting Water 1 blocked was unfortunate, but engineers can still just build a lot of their stuff cheaply, even if you don't expand that rapidly. So, sad to have got the timer penalty there. That was bad, but up to top 10. Hey, that's sweet. I would not be sad to end this at top 10, but we'll see. Be like Nerdcube, never give up. Yeah, I mean, I didn't quite give up, but it felt pretty bad. But you glad you tuned in just in time to turn this around? Yeah, thank you. Gaining on you, Gray? Yeah, you've had a really great arena season. Oops, that's not what I wanted. I should go peek at your... I'll go peek at the leaderboard, but where did you get up to? Oh, you're right there. Ah, nice. Yeah. It looks like Nerdcube probably is just winning this season. There's been some weird stuff with Soulhole's account, and I believe they got banned this morning is what's happened. Nobody's exactly sure, but they will not be playing anymore. So, yeah, not a lot of time left in the season for too much to happen, but we'll see. But yeah, well played, Weber. What's the hot gossip? Oh, Weber, you haven't been paying attention, have you? I don't want to get into it too much because I don't really like diving into it. But basically, there was some funky stuff with Soulhole's account recently. There was decent evidence that they cheated. That got handed into BGA. BGA did their investigation, and as of this morning, Soulhole's account was removed. Whether that's they did it themselves for some reason, I don't think that's what happened though. I'm pretty sure they've been banned, but BGA is not very transparent about their banning process, so who really knows? But whatever. Info in the Discord, yep. You lost a bunch of ELO because they dropped his ELO to 0? Huh. That's weird that they dropped his ELO to 0 because they haven't removed him from the leaderboards, which is part of why it's so weird with Soulhole. But I don't want to get too much into that. So anyhow, as for this game itself, this was definitely an interesting one with some pretty good players, and the end game I think had a decent number of like minor mistakes. Darklings were almost certainly supposed to have tied on network, which would have lowered me by 3 points, lowered Fakir's by 3 points, and given Darklings quite a lot more points, 9 more points. So that would have been that makes the game a lot tighter if Darklings just does that and doesn't send their priest to fire. So the fire track's a little different, but it does look like witches, if they got their town, would have just won. So maybe it was correct for Fakirs to block, but it might have just given me the win then. I still think Fakirs probably also can just win this game, basically, if they had just set up for another town. Fakirs, if they built this trading post and this trading post next to me, and then if they just used their spade, instead of double digging this hex this round, they just double dig this hex, and they get another town, and there's an 11-point town available. So if Fakirs had chosen to just set up for another town this game, I think they probably just win, or at least are much closer. So, and oh hey, you're here. Hi, I'm talking about you. And our other friend is here. Welcome, guys. Really interesting game overall. Yeah, as I was just saying, like, it does look like Fakirs trying to block witches was reasonable. I think Fakirs were supposed to set up another town location this game, though. And then if witches gets another town, Fakirs gets another town. I guess I don't know if that really works out. Witches probably still just wins with the other town. But it was obviously such a weird end game on the cults, too, so crazy stuff. But it's cool seeing the Snellman guys coming in and smashing it. Yeah, so as for other news, yeah, Mike, you're saying there's a big game going on Fjords. I'll go check that out in a sec, but that's cool. You were thinking of a town through the south until Superfishy built on H6. Yeah, so Superfishy clearly wanted to secure their connection, but I thought they would surely take this hex, and then I agree, you just never had this stretch. But, I mean, again, to be fair, like, I think you just have this stretch of hexes very safely if you had wanted it. But you also played quite well. You had a really interesting game overall, too. I thought when I got Water 1 blocked that I was going to kind of be doomed. I'm not sure my stronghold was even correct anymore, but I guess I did get 9 points out of bridges, so that's not awful, but I really expected to set up more bridge shenanigans and just did not do it. Taking the 2 key town felt great in a game with Fakirs and Darklings, but I'm not totally sure how much I needed it. I guess it helped me on fire at the end, but the fire points were kind of awkward. It's possible I should have just gone for 2 8-point towns or something, but I don't know. It was a good game overall. It was good fun. In all seriousness, it was probably right. It completely took you by surprise. You didn't even consider the Fakirs were going to fly there. You were expecting the bridge block. I was expecting the bridge block, but you could have still towned. Yeah. You thought this was a Sanctuary Water 1 game after round 2 or so? Gotcha. Yeah, I think that's fair. I was planning to build a Sanctuary for Water 1, but I did not see... I wasn't expecting Witches to go Water 1 in round 3. I was expecting Witches to try to go Stronghold and beat me over here. But that's because I'm a crazy big econ player that wants to go for 3 towns over just going Earth 1, Water 1, hitting past tiles and hitting 2 towns. So, you know... I think what Witches did was totally fine. But yeah, there was just more Water 1 pressure than I thought. Your toughest decision was definitely not going Stronghold. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, in round 3, when you could have gone Stronghold, I did choose to build here, and I was already threatening this hex a lot. So it kind of tells you not to go for Stronghold once I build here, because I can just cut your connection hex. And then Stronghold is way less exciting if you know you're going to be trapped over here. The thing that I think you maybe should have done is completely planned to abandon this anyhow, though. I was a bit surprised when you built the trading post here. I honestly did think you were going to just set up some trading posts and aim for Fire 2 in the final round to get your towns and just completely ignore the bridge entirely. But I don't know. I don't know what was best. Not hitting the town clearly was error, but I'm not totally sure how you should have. So your toughest choice was not doing Sanctuary in round 3. You built Dwellings, but you could have just got an Air 1 round 4. Yeah. I mean, I think skipping Big Building for you is pretty good choice, actually, but I don't know. There's a lot of interesting points, so regardless, I am curious. I did not quite do the breakdowns. That's all I really wanted to check quick, as usual. I did get some coins actions good. I only took a double spades once. Wow. So where did all my spades come from this game? I definitely got 3 cult digs. I passed for the spade at least once, and then I had to hard dig in the final round. But that is pretty surprising, actually. I did not use much for digs. This isn't that many power actions either. So I do think I maybe didn't get enough power. Power gained via structures, yeah, pretty low for most players. Is that the Fakirs? Wow. So Fakirs actually were the leech party this game. That's an incredible amount of power. I guess you did pay the most for that power, but paying 18 points for 47 power is totally fine in my book. So I really misjudged how much power Fakirs could get this game, I guess. That was certainly nice. Otherwise, I hit the round scoring pretty well. It does look like Fakir's biggest issue is they don't build stuff in the right rounds. Good old Earth 1 was solid here. The bonus tiles, people hit them fine. I got some town points, network points, lots of cult points. In a game with Fakirs and Darklings, this was always going to be pretty good for engineers. So, yeah, looks pretty good overall. All right, interesting. All right, blah, blah, blah. You paid 1 to 2 victory point for Leech you couldn't accept after you passed round 5. Yeah, that was weird. Did anyone notice that you did not take a single action in round 4? Yeah, I noticed. I was well aware. I was sitting there debating if I should have a really fast round. I expected Darklings were going to have like a super quick one. And then when you had a super fast round, that's actually kind of what pushed me onto the stronghold line. I was trying to, like, there was potentially some value for me in being the guy to just pass super early and build a bunch of trading posts in round 5 with the TP tile and have air 1 or something, but I didn't have very good neighbors for a lot of trading posts, so that was actually a big issue for me. I couldn't build trading posts all that aggressively. So regardless, ultimately, that was a very interesting game. I do just want to go peek in on this rumored big showdown on Fjords. And I think Bizzle was in it. Yeah, we got some big stuff. So this is AJ, who's a very strong gamer now. He's obviously not really here. But Zevok's a Stelmwood legend. We got Gino, we got Bizzle. I'm going to peek at this. It's a pretty sweet game, so we'll look at this. Someday I should really try to play with Zevok. I would really like to. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's why AJ's playing. AJ's not as in love with Terra Mystica, but AJ has some sweet alchemist stuff going. Looks pretty good. Decent points. Orin are doing pretty well here too. Halflings are actually doing surprisingly well. Halflings I tend to struggle with on this map, but of course Zevok has just, is just doing fine. He doesn't even have a town yet. Was it a dig game? No, it wasn't even a dig game. It was a round 2 dig game, but nice Halflings game. And then we got Giants. Giants, they're doing pretty well too. Yeah. Looks like a fun one, but all right. Anyhow, I should move on. So thanks all for chatting and watching and stuff. This was a fun time. I will be streaming again at some points. I don't know when exactly, but there is sorry that you felt it was stressful. I don't ever mean for it to be stressful. You guys should just play and have fun. That's what I'm doing over here too. Like, it's totally fine. We all make mistakes and being on stream and whatever. Like, we all have errors. We all have blunders. Some of mine are immortalized forever. Some of yours might be too. And that's just life. It's all good. But stressful in a good way. Just intense. Fair enough. Yeah. I mean, hopefully it was enjoyable. TM is hard. Everybody makes errors all the time. Yeah, exactly. Anyhow, as for going forward, the international clash is going to be starting up fairly soon. So like in about another week and a half is the first match. So that'll be exciting. I'm trying to do a little practice here with Sprockets, Lumen, Nerdcube, and whoever else is on some of the alternates and stuff. We're going to try to get a practice game or two in, so that'll be fun. I'm trying to be pretty good about having all player commentaries actually happen every weekend. I'll start figuring out this next one pretty shortly. But those are fun to keep happening, so I'll aim for that. And then finally, I'm still doing some mucking about with server things, including channel credit rewards and whatever else. Again, there is a Discord now linked on my Twitch page that you can go to. You can follow along, chatter there, etc. So go check that out if you want. Basically, yeah, I don't know. And again, if you have any suggestions or want to like literally try to schedule some stream ideas, I'm all ears. I'm still having fun just doing some random arena games, but I'm definitely open to some other formats and trying other things out in the future. So we'll get around to all of that. But otherwise, I'm gonna head off for the rest of the day. It's been a good time as always. I'm glad to have snuck out a win, even though I thought I was doing much worse than I apparently was. So, gotta recalibrate that, and we'll see you all later this week. Bye.